Hi dear students, we'll be discussing about tsunami in this section. Hope all of you are so familiar with the term tsunami because we are so familiar with the tsunami occurred in 2004, and what you are seeing on the screen is the details of the 2004 tsunami happened in the Indian Ocean because of the earthquake occurred in the Indian Ocean. And in this disaster, nearly 2,27,898 people were killed. And this tsunami affected Indonesia, Thailand, and the northwest coast of Malaysia, and Bangladesh, India, Sri Lanka, Maldives, and also Somalia, Kenya, and Tanzania. This was a major disaster, and the number of tsunamis happening or happened throughout the history, but I am showing you some of the major tsunamis in the recent years. And in 2011, please note again here, it is 2011 in the Pacific coast of Japan, and the reason is earthquake itself. And this tsunami took the life of 18,550 people, and this is mainly due to the earthquake problems. So tsunamis are very important or very dangerous natural disasters which are generally very difficult to predict and very difficult to handle also in case of an event is occurring. The name tsunami has its origin from the Japanese term. Tsu means harbor and nami means waves. So it is just like harbor wave. And this is occurring because of the large waves originated by rapid displacement of water from the lake or the sea, either by seismic activity, landslides, volcanic eruptions, or large meteoroid impacts. So tsunami is occurring not only because of earthquakes, but by a number of other type of activities, namely landslides, volcanic eruptions, etc. So we'll be discussing that everything in detail. And seawater is displaced with a violent motion and swells up. And as you know, this tsunami have great destructive power. So what are the physical characteristics of tsunami? So please see the figure here. And this is the normal, this is a waveform happening, and this is the normal still water line. In case of a tsunami, crests and troughs occur, and there are some terms related to this. This is the wavelength, or this is a length called lambda. It is a distance between two crests, and this is the wave height. The height between the trough and the crest. And period p is the time for passage of one wavelength, and velocity v is equal to lambda by p. And for shallow water, wave velocity is also root of g into d, where g is the acceleration due to gravity and d is the depth of the water. So we'll be discussing about the how tsunamis are generated, and what I have told earlier, there are a number of reasons, and we are taking the case of earthquake based tsunami. So this is the normal situation of a seashore. The yellow is the shore and blue is the water. And this figure shows a tsunami occurring in case of a earthquake with epicenter at this point and this point rising upward. Obviously, the rising of the land at this point will push the water upwards and a flood tide occurs. And the reverse is here, it is a sinking with the same epicenter. And in case of a sinking here, the water will be moving like this. And the propagation of the wave will be in the format like this. And the coastal flooding is occurring. And please note that there will be speed reduction because of overlapping of primary waves. So earthquake is happening in such a fashion that there will be sometime raising of the land or sinking of the land in the sea. And this raising or sinking will push the water, which will force the water towards the land side or towards the ocean, as the case may be. And it will sometimes, the waves will be reaching with full force towards the land side, and this movement of water will create very large destruction in the seashore area and the nearby areas. And next is landslide based. This is the second common cause. The first common cause is earthquake based, and this is occurring underwater or originating above the sea and then plunging into water. So landslide can occur underwater or in the land. That means a part of the land will be falling into the water. An example is the Lithia Bay, Alaska incident occurred in 1958. And next is based on volcanic eruptions. And due to eruption of volcanoes that occur along the coastal zones. And in Japan, such incidents occur. And explosive eruptions can rapidly drive pyroclastic flows into the water. So pyroclastic means hot gas and molten fragments of rock erupted by a volcano. Landslides and debris avalanches produced by eruptions. Of course, that after an eruption and the landslide can occur, and that landslide will be carrying debris, and the entire thing will be moving on to the water, and collapse of volcanoes to form calderas can suddenly displace water. And calderas means a large volcanic crater, especially one formed by a major eruption leading to the collapse of the mouth of the volcano. So next, one of the other reasons, underwater explosions and meteorite impacts. An underwater explosion means it is all those things are man-made. And one example is the nuclear testing by the United States in the Marshall Islands in the 1940s and 1950s generated tsunami. And next is meteorite impacts. This is a rare thing. And one major meteorite impact occurred very long ago, that means 65 million years ago. That means at the end of the Cretaceous period, near the tip of what is now the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico, produced tsunami that left deposits all along the Gulf Coast of Mexico and the United States. The Yucatan Peninsula separates the Gulf of Mexico from the Caribbean Sea, encompassing 3 Mexican states plus portions of Belize and Guatemala. So what are the general characteristics of tsunami? The tsunami travel much faster than ordinary waves, and this speed is which create the serious destruction. A normal wave speed is 100 kilometers per hour, whereas a tsunami wave speed is 800 kilometers per hour. And what is interesting is that in spite of their speed, tsunami increases the water height only to 30 to 45 centimeters generally. In rare cases, it may go beyond that. And because of the low wave height, this may seem unnoticed by ships. But this may cause serious destruction when reaching the shores. The waves follow each other 5 to 90 minutes apart. And tsunami normally causes flooding as a huge wall of water enters the mainland. And regarding the predictability of tsunami, to be precise, accurate prediction is difficult because many of the activities are happening underwater, and the systems may not be able to predict that with 100% precision. In spite of that, there is warning systems existing. One is the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center with headquarters at Honolulu, Hawaii. There is an international tsunami warning system. And for regional warning system in India, Survey of India maintains a tide gauge network along the coast of India. And for the regional warning systems, radars are also used to predict tsunami. Thank you.